Seeing none, we'll move forward with reports by council. Councilmember Berzins, would you like to lead us off, please?
Yes, I would. Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to thank everybody for shopping in Aurora during this holiday season. We're seeing some really good numbers, and we appreciate that. Whether you dine out or go shopping, it's wonderful to stay in Aurora. There will be a Ward 3 meeting January the 12th. It's always the second Wednesday in the month. It's 6:30, but now I'm moving to a different location. It's going to be in the chamber office, the Aurora Chamber office, and that's just right down the street in the Westera Credit Union building up on the 3rd floor. But there will be more on the web page and probably in the Sentinel. So if you need an exact address, I'm sure it'll be in there. You can call. But 6:30 on the 12th at the chamber office.
Thank you. Councilmember Fitzgerald.
Yes, Mayor. First, I want to wish everybody a happy and safe holiday and blessed Christmas, if that's what you celebrate. And then I want to congratulate our police department for two things. One, apprehending the fellow that shot the girl in front of Aurora Central. I really want to thank the police department for that. And I want to thank Cops Fighting Cancer for their toy drives for the kids of Aurora and everywhere else. Thank you very much.
Councilmember Markert.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I ran out of things to vote no on, so I'm going to instead, I think on behalf of all of council, but since I've got the mic, I'll say it first, really thank Nancy for the extraordinary service as our interim city manager. You've truly gone above and beyond, I know for my ward, for all of us. You've been a great teacher and a great leader and a great role model. And I've enjoyed working with you, and I would thank you sincerely for your honesty and integrity.
Thank you. Councilmember Pierce.
Thanks. I was going to echo the same comments Councilmember Markert made about Nancy Freed. You've done an exceptional job. I'm looking forward to, keep on working with you in the future. And welcome Skip on to the city manager position. One announcement. Christmas tree recycling. If you want to take your live Christmas tree and recycle it, be sure you take all the ornaments off first. And you can take it anytime between December 26th through January 10th. You can take it to Del Mar Park, Olympic Park, or Saddle Rock Golf Course, and they'll turn it into free mulch. And you can come back and get the mulch after all the Christmas trees have been mulched up. So thank you.
Could you add it's not for artificial trees?
Right, live trees. Live, yeah.
Councilmember Clellan.
I, too, wanted to have the opportunity to thank Nancy. Gosh, we go back a few years. We were both very young when we started with the city, and you've done an amazing job, absolutely amazing job, in the work that you've done this last year in keeping the city normal, and some of the decisions that you had to make were very difficult. We are going to totally enjoy still having you here. I think we have the best of all worlds, and I truly, truly hope you enjoy the next week of your life, or 10 days, or whatever it may be. So from me personally, thank you very much.
Thank you. Councilmember Frazier.
Thank you, Mayor. First order of business. My wife's birthday is tomorrow. I want to make sure I wish her a happy birthday early. And although she's not watching, I do have a gift. And I was reminded by the budget officer that I also need to get her a gift for Christmas. I will not forget that. No, seriously, happy birthday to my wife, Kathy. We're going to have a good time. I, too, want to thank Nancy for her service. Thank you, Nancy, for stepping into the void and steering the ship, making sure the trains arrived on time. And I appreciate your work and look forward to continuing to work with you. George, Skip, look forward to working with you and to your leadership here in the city of Aurora and helping shape our community for our citizenry. So welcome aboard. As I look at this last meeting of 2011, I think about the year past and the year ahead. And just one quick note about the year past, it never ceases, I guess, to amaze me how this council, mayor, work so well together, despite differences of opinion, despite the fact that, we all have different parties or ideologies. We work pretty well together. And after completing our 7th year, many of us on council together, that's never fell. And I think that's something we can be proud of, and I know Sue's going to miss. But we'll, as we said before, we'll be here for you, Sue, as your team, no matter where you're at. As we look ahead to the 2011, I'm hoping that it's a better year for all of us. I'm hoping that it's a better year for our city, our financial health improves. And I, too, want to thank our employees here in the city of Aurora for the work they do day in and day out on behalf of the citizens of Aurora and the sacrifices they have made throughout these difficult budget years. With that, Mr. Mayor, I just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a Happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Broom.
Thank you, Mayor. This past Sunday, rather than watching Tim Tebow and the Denver Broncos, I had the opportunity to go with Ruthie to the Aurora Symphony Orchestra. They had a John Denver Christmas program, and there was well over 300 people in the auditorium. It's the biggest crowd I've ever seen them draw, quite frankly, and they did an absolutely incredible job. I can't recommend you go see it because you know, that opportunity's passed, but they do have a number of additional dates set up for the coming year, and I would certainly encourage everybody to support the symphony because they're just really doing a bang-up job. And I'd like to add my thanks to Nancy for keeping the ship running down the track. It's not easy being an interim manager because, you know, you don't really feel, I guess, that you have the total authority to do things in the organization that you might otherwise like to do, but the city ran exceptionally well while you were at the helm, and I think you're to be commended for that. And as Ryan did, I'd like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Sandstrom.
Thank you, as if I haven't already said enough, but I also would like to add my thanks to Nancy for stepping in when we really needed you and just doing a great job. I wish you all the best, and the best to Skip as he takes over as our new city manager, even though his first meeting turns out to be my last meeting. We certainly didn't plan it that way, but that's how it turns out. I'd also like to send out some well wishes to Dennis Lyon, who is retiring at the end of the year. He has been the only manager of our golf division that the city has ever had. He's done a great job. Aurora is known for fantastic municipal golf courses, much better than most other cities. We have exceptional golf division here, and in large part that's responsible. Dennis is responsible for that. So after 37 and a half years with the city, he is retiring at the end of the year, and I would like to thank Dennis and wish him all the best too. And Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, best wishes to the city of Aurora. Gonna miss you.
I'm going to miss you too. Councilmember Peterson.
Nancy, I want to thank you too, and I want you to know that I think you are one of the most brilliant women I've ever known. And I truly mean that from my heart. You've proven it. You know every aspect of the city inside and out. And you truly have proven yourself as an excellent leader. And so I just want to wish you well. And then I also want to tell everybody, have a wonderful Christmas, enjoy your family and friends, and keep safe.
Thank you. Councilmember Miller.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Wow, okay, first things first. We have a Ward 1 Town Hall meeting January 5th. We're going to move the day to the first Wednesday of every month at 6 p.m. The first meeting will be at MLK. We're probably going to pick some other locations as well, but January 5th, it's the first Wednesday of the month. Also, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you and yours. Please be careful of the kids who are out on break. I'd like to thank Nancy also. I've learned so much from you, and obviously I'll continue doing so while you're still here. We appreciate all your guidance and your leadership very much, and we value you so more than you know. I'd also like to say welcome aboard to Skip as well. And I just wanted to throw out there, since it is the season of giving and the holidays, our Joy Drive in North Aurora is going fabulously well. I just wanted to recognize some folks who have been supporting our folks in North Aurora, and thank you so very much for what you've done for the Joy Drive. But American Airlines Ambassador Program, and there are so many just individuals who dropped off clothing, toys, hygiene items. So much has been collected this year. They've broken records. Rangeview High School, Nicholas D'Amico and Associates, Boy Scout Packs 15 and 749, Walmart, K-Force Professional Staffing, Operation Christmas Child, Providers Resources Clearinghouse, Aurora City employees, code enforcement officers, power officers, and there are so many more whom I didn't get to name, but you know who you are, and we thank you very much from the bottom of our hearts for helping to make our community a better place for a lot of people. So Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Thank you. First things first, Sue, I'm going to really miss you. I've really enjoyed working with you. Thank you. Nancy, you were terrific. Thank you very much. I'm glad you're here. And welcome to Skip. We're going to have so much fun. You can't stand it. And I wanted to just mention two quick things. One is that something happened in Aurora the other day that a lot of people don't know about. Our firefighters and our ambulance crews were the first ones to do, for a young people, for children, it's very rare that they have strokes, but when they do, it often becomes debilitating. And because our firefighters and our ambulance people were so well trained, they responded to that, they gave the person the right first aid, got them to the hospital right away, and it looks like that stroke victim, that young child that was a stroke victim, will not be suffering any long-term damage. And it's really a wonderful tribute to the folks that we have working here in the city of Aurora. So to my knowledge, it's the first one in the country. It's one of those things you don't hear about, but it's really special. So I wanted to thank them for that. I did want to talk for just a minute about Cops Fighting Cancer. This is an idea that was started, I think, 8 years ago. One of our police officers, Jim Seneca, is a cancer survivor, and he decided that he wanted to do something to give back. So he started a foundation called Cops Fighting Cancer. And I remember back, the first event they had to raise money was the Denver Cops and the Aurora Cops in a boxing match. Mm-hmm. And every year they've had things where they've tried to raise money, and they've just done a wonderful, wonderful job. And this year they had kind of a procession of different police officers from all around the region. I think they had 18 different jurisdictions, and the officers went to Children's Hospital and brought toys to the kids' rooms. And it was really neat, and it wouldn't have happened if it weren't for Jim. The whole organization wouldn't exist if it wasn't for one of our cops, who's really, really a special guy. And then I did want to also mention, a few weeks before that, we had an event also going to Children's Hospital, the annual Harley Owners Group toy run. And the deal is you have to ride your motorcycle, and you put a toy on your motorcycle and you ride it to Children's Hospital. I went for the first time this year. There were 4,000 people, and I really felt great because it proved to me there are actually 4,000 people in this metro area who are more nuts than I am. But it really special people. So on December 5th, they're all riding their bikes, but it was great. And so those are the kinds of things that really make the Christmas time special. So as the rest of council has, I want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas. Spend time with your family. Take time for yourself. And with that, public invited to be heard. Is there anyone who would like to address council this evening? Seeing none, we are out.